Welcome again to Bake Your Way Kitchen. On today's video I'm going to show you how to make a vegan almond butter sea salt maple cookie. It's a bit different, but it is gluten-free and it is vegan, which is a plus in my books. So in this bowl right here I've got all the dry ingredients. So I've got 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cups of a gluten-free flour. And in this case I'm using quinoa flour with the exam gum in it. If you don't have the exam gum, or however you say it, that usually needs to be added to gluten-free flour, add about half to 1 teaspoon. So that's good. In this bowl, the large bowl, I've got 1 cup of good quality maple syrup with, I'm going to add 1 cup. You could use almond butter. I'm using peanut butter this time because that's what I had, 240 grams. We're going to add that in. And literally it's just about bringing these two together. You're going to need to preheat your oven to 350, 180 degrees Celsius. There you go. Excuse the noise in the background, there's some work being done. So just give this a quick mix. There's no eggs, no butter, no dairy really. But this is our base right here for our cookie. And you really don't need an electric mixer for this. You can just do this by hand because it's so quick and easy, as you can see. There we go. So that's our wet batter. So now we're going to add our dry. Now, in my previous times making this, sometimes I do need to chill the batter for a little bit, depending, because you know all flour is a little bit different. So we'll see. So basically you just want to mix this till it's just all combined, and I'll tell you very shortly if we will need to refrigerate this or not. I should be okay. So this is what you end up with. These are the cookies here. These will make, I don't know, it really depends how big you make them. You can make them either very big or very small. But we're looking at least a dozen here, probably 2 dozen, depending on the size. So there's our batter. So I'm just going to clean up the rest of the stuff, get a cookie sheet out, and we will go ahead and spread them on the cookie sheet. So they are almost done. So I took a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop and spread it out. And so now what you can do is just press them down a little bit. And you can do that for the rest of them, and sprinkle on a little bit more salt. If you have a coarse salt, that would be great. But just a little sprinkling on the top. The salty and peanut go well together. And these are going to go into our oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Now with a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop, which is the normal cookie size, it got me about 2 dozen. So these will go in for about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm going to continue spreading these out and sprinkling on the salt. I'll put them in and I'll show you what they look like once they're done.